Hello viewer, thank you so much for joining us. Today is Friday, so this is another cooking show and we're very excited. One of my favorite, I call her chef, but she calls herself homemaker, is in this house today and she's traveled all the way from Dar es Salaam. I'm sure you remember her. If you want to watch some of her other dishes, which are very delicious and very quick to make, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. The handle is GBS TV Kenya. You can also catch us live on Facebook. The handle is GBS Kenya. We do have the SMS line 21144. So please subscribe and you can be able to see all the recipes that we've done in the past. So I'd like to give her this opportunity to introduce herself. Welcome.
Hello, Anne.
Hi.
Hello, viewers, and my name is Shabnez Jin. Welcome to another great and exciting episode of Women's View on GBS TV. So today we are going to make grandma style mutton curry and chicken donuts. So we're going to start with the grandma style mutton curry. It's very simple and the ingredients are readily available in any kitchen. So let me quickly take you through the ingredients.
Yes.
For this recipe, we're going to require 750 grams of mutton. Now, for this recipe, it's a must to boil the mutton before.
It must be boiled before?
Yes, before.
Okay. Boiled without?
Without anything, just water.
Okay.
Yeah, just water. You boil it in a pressure cooker or on a jiko, anything. Just boil it and keep it.
Cool.
Then we're going to require 1.5 cup of chopped onion, finely chopped onions.
Yes.
Yeah, and then we're going to require ginger and garlic paste. We're going to require some lemon juice.
Yes.
Tomato puree. Now, if you don't have tomato puree, you can also grind some tomatoes, sieve them, and use that. So for this 750 grams, since we're going to use 2 or 3 tablespoons of tomato puree, instead of tomato puree, we're going to you can use 6 blended tomatoes.
You blend and then you pass them through a
Yes,
sieve.
sieve it
So that the seeds come out.
Yes.
Okay.
We're going to use 2 green chilies, julienne cut, coriander leaves to garnish, mint leaves. This will enhance the flavor. You must try this recipe with mint leaves.
Okay.
We're going to need garam masala powder. We'll use some salt to taste, coriander powder, red chili powder, and turmeric powder, and oil, and water as required.
Excellent.
Okay, so let's
begin.
begin.
Very lovely flow. And the good thing about these ingredients, you say there's nothing here that sounds
that's
foreign.
not available, yes,
Exactly.
in the kitchen. So we'll start with the grandma's style mutton curry. For that, we'll put some oil in our saucepan. So once the oil gets hot, we'll add 1.5 cups of chopped onion, but we're not going to brown it or anything.
Yes.
We'll just saute it,
Okay.
so that the color changes to whitish.
Whitish, exactly,
Yes.
because right now it looks reddish.
Yes, yes.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is there any particular reason why you prefer to use red onion instead of white onion? Is white onion
No,
not
you
so
can
delicious?
use white onion as well, whatever
Okay.
is available.
But this is more common and
Yes, more common, easily
in fact,
available.
I haven't seen
yes.
white onion in a while. I don't know whether they disappeared from the market.
This is more common and it's easily reachable to everyone.
That's
So
true.
that's why mostly we prefer this onion.
So this mutton style curry was you were taught by your grandma?
Yes, my grandma. And since we have our holy month coming, the
Yes,
month
we
of
do have
Ramadan, which is
Ramadan.
just months away, a few days away, in fact now, few
Yes.
weeks. So basically, most we have these main meals and we have some snacks. So that's why I brought the chicken donuts as a snack. It's a
as a
quick
snack,
snack, and
yes.
this as a main meal, which can be served with chapatis or ugali or rice.
I like that you actually nowadays make ugali. Is it hot?
Yes.
Okay. So when it's hot, when you put the onions, they sizzle.
Yes.
Okay. But you don't want to brown them this time. We're just going to saute them.
Yes, we're just going to
Alright.
saute them.
Okay.
So that they change the color from the purplish they look to white.
To white, yes.
Yes.
So I think after we are done, we're going to put up the recipe also on
the YouTube link. Yes,
link,
yes.
so that people can be able to do it.
Yes,
'Cause
to
sometimes
get the
you
correct
forget-
measurements.
You forget the measurements, you know, and you don't have to keep going back to rewinding and forwarding, you know.
True, yes, true.
Okay.
So once this changes the color, we're going to add in the rest of the ingredients.
Yes.
This is again a very quick dish to make, even if you're expecting some guests at home or something. Usually what I do is when I go for my meat shopping, at least 2 kilos of mutton or beef, I usually boil it and keep it ready.
Yes.
Freeze it,
Exactly.
so that any unexpected people come or any expected guests, or on a lazy day when I don't feel like cooking,
like on a Sunday, maybe you're woken up late and you're thinking, oh my God, what are we gonna cook? It's already 11,
so just remove
you
the mutton,
Yes.
and these are already available at home.
Yes.
So just mix it and you're good to go.
I like the way you're able to distinguish which spice is this without even smiling. I thought this was paprika, but it's chili.
Yes, red chili powder.
Red chili.
Yeah.
Okay.
I normally don't use the very spicy red chili powder because of the kids.
Yes, it's
and my husband also doesn't prefer very spicy food. Okay. So this is not a very spicy chili powder.
Okay.
It's mild and it gives a good color.
Exactly.
To the curry.
To the curry.
Yeah, the reddish color.
Okay.
Yes.
So our onions are doing well?
Yes, the onions are doing well.
You like to cook with a spatula. Is it better than we like to cook with a wooden spoon?
So used to, yeah. You know? So used to cooking with a spatula.
Because it gets everything nicely.
Yeah, and this time I brought my own.
You brought your own all the way from Dar es Salaam with love, you know?
Yes. And this is one of the, it's one that I use for my curries.
Oh, for your
mostly
curries.
To make my curries, yes.
It's actually it's a very handy equipment.
Yes.
So
I like it because it scoops out everything from the sides.
Yes.
So it leaves the dish clean.
Exactly. Because you want all that yumminess out when you're done, right?
Yes.
So is there a way that you can maybe give us a tip? When you're buying mutton, is there a specific part that is softer or that is less fatty?
Usually I prefer the leg part or the arm part or the thigh part,
Or the thigh, yeah.
Most of the times I buy the thigh part because it has more meat.
Yes.
And less bones.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Because when I look at the curry, I can see that it's not fatty, which is good, you know?
Yes. And then you clean it up well so that you remove all the fat deposits and all that unnecessary stuff that is there, yes.
You clean it and dry it before you boil it?
I usually, after cleaning it, I immerse it in vinegar water. So that even the smell, the mutton smell.
Yes, actually the mutton smell is something that I always need tips on how to get rid of.
Yeah,
because
vinegar water.
It's really, it's not appetizing when you're eating if you smell it.
Okay, so at this point now, we're going to add in, so we already sauteed 1.5 cup of onions. Yes. Now we're going to add in a tablespoon full of ginger and garlic paste.
Ginger and garlic.
Yes.
When you're blending your ginger and garlic, do you do very large quantities? Because I noticed that the blender tends to get stuck.
Not very, depends on the size of the blender again. And usually I blend and keep it.
Okay. But you add a bit of water, right?
No, I don't blend it with water at all. Because if you want a good preservation of this ginger and garlic paste, I put oil and vinegar.
Oh,
that's what I blend it.
Instead of water.
I don't put even a bit of water when I'm doing my ginger and garlic paste.
That way it lasts longer?
Yes.
And also you retain the flavor?
Yes. Okay, now we saute the ginger and garlic paste a bit, and then we're going to add in our masalas.
Our masalas.
Yes.
Masalas are, in my head,
masalas are spices.
Masalas are curries, but to you, masalas are spices.
Yes.
So I've been wrong all this time.
Yeah.
Masala means spices.
Okay, now we're going to add in a teaspoon of salt.
Okay. One thing I love about your food, Shabnez, is that when you're eating it, you don't have to add anything. I mean, it's perfectly
half teaspoon of turmeric powder.
Salted.
Yeah. Half teaspoon of turmeric powder.
Yes.
1.5 teaspoon of chili powder.
1.5.
Yes.
But you said it's not.
This is not spicy. This is not spicy, so you don't need to worry about the. And then coriander powder. This is the coriander powder.
Okay.
Again, 1.5 teaspoon.
It's freshly ground, eh?
Yes, freshly. I roast it and then grind it.
Okay.
So we're done with these masalas. Garam masala will be put at the end. Okay. And we're going to add in 2 tablespoons. This is measured 2 tablespoons of lemon juice.
Already?
Yes.
Okay.
And usually when you add masalas, it's advisable to add a bit of water so that the masalas don't burn.
They don't burn. Okay.
Yes.
There we go.
So now we're going to saute the masalas. Going to saute all the masalas so well.
The spices actually need to cook for them to
Yes.
release their aroma.
Yes, and the sign to know that is the oil is going to ooze out. That's when you'll know all your spices are cooked well.
Okay.
So now we
Let's
can add
blend
in
it a little.
Yeah, we can add in a bit of water. Water is entirely up to you, the way you want it to be served. If you want it to be served with rice, then we can add a bit of more water. If you want it to be served with chapati, then you can put the gravy a bit thick.
Okay, so it's less water.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So we leave it to cook a bit until all the oil oozes out.
Yes.
Yeah, and then we'll add in the
garam masala.
The tomato puree.
Oh, the tomato, okay.
And this, so this is what is remaining to be added.
It's amazing how fast the masalas, they take such a short time to cook.
Yes,
you know?
Yes, the curries. Yeah. People normally are like, very reluctant to cook, thinking the time and everything.
Exactly.
But
the time is very short.
Yes, very short. And they say interest. If you have interest and
interest
the
and passion,
yes,
everything flows. One thing about mutton also is that it's very soft compared to things like beef, for example. So I noticed that we're not going to tenderize this. Already when you boil it?
I boiled it in a pressure cooker, so it didn't take long. Okay, so here our masalas have started to get cooked. So at this point, we're going to add in 3 tablespoons of tomato puree. Okay. Again, I told you, if viewers don't have tomato puree at home, then you take 6 tomatoes, blend it, and sieve it.
Blend and sieve to get away the seeds, and you have your tomato paste.
Yes, so here we've added in the tomato puree. We cooked the tomato puree. Remember, tomato puree also needs to be cooked, otherwise it's going to have a very pungent smell in the curry. You can actually make out the raw tomato puree curry.
Exactly.
So you need to cook it well, so that you get that cooked tomato.
Because it tends to be very acidic. If it doesn't cook well, you'll feel like it is it's tangy, you know.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And it's thickening it. It's causing it to thicken very well.
Yes. Again, at this point, we'll add some water.
Some water.
Yes. Okay. And let it cook for another few minutes.
So the red chili and the tomato paste are what give it the red color?
Yes, the color. If you want it more darker, you can add in a more red chilies to make it more darker. But I feel this is enough.
This is enough. That's a good color.
Yes.
You said that what did you call this?
This is the coriander powder.
The coriander powder. How did you make it?
You get coriander seeds, which are readily available at any grocery shop or the supermarket.
Okay.
So what I do with the coriander and cumin seeds, I buy them and then I roast them on the pan.
Yes.
On a frying pan, you roast them and then you grind it in a coffee grinder.
Yes.
Or any small mill that is available at home. The purpose for roasting these spices is when you roast them, the aroma oozes out from them, and it makes the spice, when it's blended, more flavorful.
Yes. So it's better to buy the seeds and grind them instead of buying the one that is already powdered from, because by then it has lost a lot of
the smell and the aroma. You can actually make out when you buy the ready-made powders and the one that you blend it at home.
Okay.
There's a vast difference between the two.
That's true. Even when I'm making pilau, I realize that when you grind and blend, the pilau is so much more delicious.
Yes, yes.
So
even
coriander seeds, are they the ones that eventually are grown into
into
dania?
Yes, yes.
Okay. But when they're in this form, you cannot get them into powder form.
No.
You've got to use the seeds. I know that might sound like a blunt question, but don't worry. Yeah, I don't want people to try the wrong things at home. All right, so our curry is still coming along very well.
Yeah, you can see oil is oozing out now.
Oil is oozing out.
You see on the sides?
That's a sign that it's cooked, right?
Yes, it's getting cooked. Okay, now at this point, again, we're going to add in.
Let me just show our viewer how it looks like. You can see the oil is oozing on the side. Huh? Here it is floating at the top. Oh, that's nice. That's a trick. It's a nice tip.
Okay, now at this point, when you see the oil oozing out, you add in your
meat that was pre-boiled.
Yes. Remember, it's a must to boil the mutton in this recipe.
You cannot put it like that when it's red. No.
No.
No, it
For
has
this
to be
recipe,
boiled.
my
Yes.
grandmother had told me that you have to boil the
That's
mutton.
grandma's trick.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
You have to boil the mutton.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now we're going to let it again cook a little while so that the mutton absorbs all the flavors now.
Exactly.
Yeah. And at this point, we can add in our green chilies so that the... Remember last time when I told you I usually prefer julienne cut green chilies because the kids
don't see them.
Yes, and the kids normally remove them out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. You don't want to like eat
that. And actually, you know, my daughter, when she doesn't see the green chili, the whole green chili in the curry, she'll say the curry is spicy.
Yeah, because it's all disappeared in
yes,
there.
inside.
But when she can remove it,
yes, psychologically she feels that now this curry is not spicy.
It's edible.
Yes. It's edible.
Eat
yes,
this
it's
without
edible.
any surprises.
Yes, it's edible. Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh. This is actually such a simple dish. And then, you know, it is different.
Yes.
You know? All right.
Okay.
It's something when you do for your guests, they'll be so wowed.
Yes.
You know? Maybe not if your guests are Indian, of course. Maybe if they're Kikuyus.
Even Indians.
I'm like, you know, the way sometimes we get tired of eating githeri and mokimo.
Yes.
Do you get tired of eating curries?
Yes, sometimes
you
want to, you know, you want to make your tongue taste something different. Yes. So at this point now, we are going to lower the heat a bit, reduce. Yes.
You want it to simmer like
yes,
that?
simmer, yes.
Okay.
Now, on simmering point...
We're not covering. I noticed that you're not covering.
Yes, no, I'm not covering, no. Okay. So, at this point, we're going to add in the garam masala. Garam masala, usually I prefer to add garam masalas on a simmering point in my curries.
Ah.
Yes, so we're going to add in half
teaspoon. Like the other...
No, it doesn't need to be cooked so much. So, half teaspoon is enough for this recipe. And our mint leaves.
Mint leaves, yeah.
Mint leaves, I insist the viewers to try to make this curry with mint leaves and then tell me how the flavor turns out. Okay. Because when my grandmother taught me, she didn't put mint leaves.
Okay.
And I tried it with mint leaves one day because I did not have coriander leaves that day at home.
Okay.
So I put mint leaves instead because I had it in the fridge and I didn't want them to just stale because in Dar es Salaam, you know, because of the humidity,
so hot and humid, yes.
things cannot stay for so long.
Yes, that's right.
So for that reason, I said, let me just put it in this curry and see how it comes out. Okay. So when I did that, and it turned out so nice, very nice, yeah.
Most of the times people have mint with cocktails, but you can actually use it for cooking as well.
So we're going to put in like around 2 tablespoons of mint leaves. Yeah.
All right. So whatever you do, do not forget. Mint leaves are important.
Yes, mint leaves.
Dish, yeah. Okay.
It's actually optional, but then try it once, at least try it with this mint leaves and see how it turns out.
Yeah. And you know, it gives it a nice green, although it might disappear.
Yes.
We'll see how the greens bounce. Okay.
Okay, so now we can cover this and let it simmer a little while.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, for another 2-3 minutes.
Okay.
In the meantime, we can go on to our next recipe.
To start preparing for the chicken donuts.
Chicken donuts. We're going to start with the next recipe.
Okay, so we can clear that from the way. You know, when you told me chicken donuts before, I know donuts are made with dough. So I was wondering, are you going to mix the chicken in the dough?
No.
But what it is the shape of a donut.
Yes.
You make chicken. And this is a snack that we're making, right?
Yes, snack. As I told you, the month of Ramadan is approaching.
Up, yes.
So for viewers who want a quick snack or anything, we can just put this
down there. Yeah.
We can, they can quickly, you know, just enter the kitchen.
And prepare it.
Yeah.
And also, when you're having visitors and maybe they've just arrived and they're starving, they can start with this. It can be a starter as well.
And you know, and our holy month, we want, we have to cook, but at the same time, it's mandatory to use most of your time in doing worshipping.
Exactly.
And not really waste your time in the kitchen. So basically, it's good to go for recipes that are quick and take less time so that you can quickly finish cooking and go back to your worshipping. Yes.
And also, if you're a working mom, it also works well for you because here you are, you've come from work, you don't have too much time to prepare your meal. Yet you want something that is delicious and fun.
Yes, because after a long day of fasting, the kids, the husband,
everyone
people at home are
edgy.
looking for a delicious meal at home.
Like at 6 or 6:30, if there's nothing, people will start, you know, a hungry man is an angry man.
Yes, true.
So they say.
Okay.
Doesn't apply to women, I think. All right.
Okay. So now
You can take us through the ingredients once
yes,
more, as usual.
For chicken donuts, we need. Okay, I've just put in the mince and the potatoes here, so I'll show the viewers.
Okay.
This is 250 grams of mince, chicken mince, and this is 2 boiled and mashed potatoes.
Yes.
Okay, you put this in the bowl, and then we're going to require ginger and garlic. As I'm adding, I'm going to say the ingredients. Yes. So we'll use just a half a teaspoon of ginger and garlic paste.
Okay.
Just half a teaspoon. Okay, that's that. Then we're going to add in green chilies.
Okay. This time they're cut.
Yes, this time they're cut because it's a snack.
I know it's a snack. Yeah.
Yes. So we're going to add in one.
If you have, you're making this for children, you can avoid this.
Yes, you can avoid it. Yeah. But of course, it adds flavor, so a little bit is no harm. Yeah.
Bit, yeah.
So this is 250 grams of chicken mince, 2 boiled and mashed potatoes, half teaspoon of ginger and garlic paste, and 1 chopped green chili.
Okay.
And then we're going to add in coriander leaves, 1 tablespoon or 1.5 tablespoon of coriander leaves. Then we're going to put in a tablespoon of finely chopped onions. Finely chopped onions, a tablespoon.
Yes.
Then we're going to add in black pepper powder.
Black pepper.
That's 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper powder.
Okay, a half teaspoon.
Then 1/2 teaspoon of garam masala powder.
Okay. Which you said is mixed spice.
Yes, mixed spice, half teaspoon of garam masala powder.
Okay. This is why you never need to add any salt, because everything is added, has been added for you.
And this is cumin powder. So 1 teaspoon. Yes.
Okay.
I told you how I'd make the cumin powder.
Yes, yes.
1
From
teaspoon
the
of
seeds.
Yes, you roast the seeds.
And then you
yes. Chili powder, 1/2 teaspoon of chili powder.
And I like that the 2 recipes are sharing quite a bit of the masalas.
And a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder, very little.
Is it tamarind or turmeric?
Turmeric powder, turmeric powder.
Okay.
And salt to taste.
Yeah. All right. Of course, those you can change depending on your taste requirements, you know.
Yes.
If you want more, you add a bit more.
Yes. Okay. So we're going to bind in all together. Okay, as I'm binding, I'll repeat the ingredients again. Okay. We added in 250 grams of chicken mince. Then we put in 2 boiled and mashed potatoes. Yes. 1/2 teaspoon of ginger and garlic paste. 1 chopped green chili, finely chopped. Coriander chopped, 1 tablespoon of 1.5 or 1 tablespoon of green coriander chopped. 1 tablespoon of finely chopped onions, 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper powder, 1/2 teaspoon of garam masala powder, that's allspice powder, 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds, 1/2 teaspoon of red chili powder, 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. You mix everything together, and I would advise the viewers to leave this mixture for at least 15 to 20 minutes on the kitchen counter or on the fridge, so that all the flavors are absorbed together. But since we don't have time on the show, we're going to make it immediately. Yes.
Okay. So if you let it last, it will taste better.
Yes, yes, yes. So I feel our chicken curry.
I think it's ready. Our mutton curry.
Yeah, it's ready. See?
See, the oil is already coming to
yes.
the top. Yeah.
So now we can switch off. The mutton curry is done.
There we go.
Okay.
Let me show my viewer how it looks. You see, the oil is floating on top. That is a sign that it's ready. Okay, there we go.
Yeah. So this is done.
That's done. That one is done.
Yes.
That's a short time, you know?
So we're going to put in the mutton curry on the side so that we can serve it later.
All right, there we go.
Okay. So let's get back to our donut. Okay, I will introduce 2 more ingredients here. That is an egg and breadcrumbs that we're going to use it for coating.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you buy the breadcrumbs or did you make them?
No, I made them at home.
How did you make
them? I just chopperized the bread.
You did what to the bread?
Chop in a chopper. Put the bread in the chopper and chopperize it. And
you didn't have to dry it?
No. I don't usually dry it. Some people do dry it, but I don't dry it. So we're going to
I
beat in
don't
one
think I've
egg.
interacted with the chopperizer. How does it look like? Is it like a blender or?
Chopper, chopper.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's able to do despite
grinds.
despite the bread being very soft.
Yeah, it choppers it into these fine crumbs.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you don't want to, you don't have, if you have bread, you basically have breadcrumbs.
Yes.
You just need to.
Actually, what I do, because the breadcrumbs are available in supermarkets.
Yes, you can also buy them.
Yes, but I don't know why I don't prefer the
ones that
the aftertaste of the supermarket bought ones.
Okay.
So usually what happens is the sides of the bread that remains, and usually children sometimes don't prefer to eat the sides.
Yes.
So I store that all in the freezer, and then once the tin is full, I chopperize the bread and it.
So you actually remove them from
crumb.
the freezer before you chopperize?
I store them in the freezer just because
yeah.
so that they pile up.
Yeah,
so that I have quite a good quantity to make the chop.
And also when they are frozen, they are it's easier for them to get chopped up.
Yes.
Yeah. Than when they're soft.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some people do toast and do it, but then I just prefer it this way. It's easier for me.
Changes the taste.
Yes,
It's like you've toasted the bread first.
Yes.
Okay. How much amount of bread is that?
That is around, I think, 6 slices.
Okay.
6 slices, yes. 5 to 6 slices.
Are we going to use all of it?
Not all, but then it can be restored.
Okay.
That's a good thing about it. It can be restored. So what we do now for the chicken, we've already made our mixture. We have the breadcrumbs ready. We have the egg beaten.
Yes.
So we will take, depends on the size of donuts that you want to make. We're going to take in like this.
A bowl.
We're going to make the bowl. And then
so you're not going to mix it in
like.
Okay,
we're going to make patties.
Yes.
And then using your thumb in the middle, make a hole, and just just shape it a bit well so that it does resemble like a donut. So.
Oh, this would be such a delicious donut because you're thinking it's wheat and all, and then you taste it and there's some chicken,
Make sure the cavity is visible so that it looks like a donut.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so again the second one.
Okay, there we go.
You can use a donut cutter also, but that's now another, if you prefer to do it fast.
And if you prefer to do it perfectly, like if you are an OCD person and it has to be a perfect round with a perfect hole, you do need to get a donut cutter.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here again.
So you can actually make them into different shapes in that case.
Yeah, you can make them.
It can be meatballs.
Yeah.
Or the
but now since our recipe suggests donuts,
we're
going to make them
donuts. So
yes. So this is a chicken
and
donut.
it's a good surprise for when you're eating,
Yes.
You're expecting wheat, but you get something totally different, That sometimes happens when you go someplace and they say samosas, and what they mean is vegetable samosas. You bite into it and you're like, what is this? Somebody lied to me. Because you're expecting it to be meat,
Again, the thickness depends on how thick you want, how thin you want.
That's up to you. That's optional. Right?
Yes, but these are usually snacks that you can make them for high teas or...
for high teas.
Yes, or for, like as I told you, in the month of Ramadan, we usually break our fasts with some snacks.
Because you don't want to introduce a heavy food immediately.
Yes.
Some snacks first and then heavy food later.
Yes.
I'm very curious because I'm wondering, are they not going to break, or are you going to do something to them later?
We're going to bind them with the egg and the breadcrumbs, so they're not going to break. So this recipe actually gives you 6 big-sized donuts.
6 big-sized donuts, yeah.
Yes, and they're quite heavy, so like I think it can one person. For if there are multiple of snacks, so one is
filling.
enough. It's filling. It's quite.
So, and
filling.
you know what? You say that you can always change the thickness and even the height.
Yes, the height and the thickness. Yes.
If let's say you have a buffet of snacks during high tea. So
yes, you can make mini donuts for the children.
Exactly. And this is something so good because the children can carry over break.
Yes, even for breaks. Yes.
Because sometimes you wonder what you're going to pack for them.
I was going to come to that, and this freeze so well, and they can stay for at least a month in the freezer.
Wow.
They can stay for a month.
So you just remove the ones that you need and fry, and then they carry.
Yes, even for those ladies who are doing catering at home and want to start business of doing frozen food, selling frozen food, this is very good for them because you can actually make them, freeze them, and sell them
later. Okay.
Yes. So now this the next procedure is to dip this in the eggs.
Make sure it coats everywhere.
Yes.
Okay.
It has to coat everywhere.
I like that you're using gloves because at least that way.
Yeah. Then we're going to coat this
in the breadcrumbs.
Yes. Now make sure you create this cavity because so that the breadcrumbs don't fill it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Then you put
so this is done
to sort of stick together.
Yes.
All right. Nice. This is a very healthy snack actually.
Yeah.
And you use very little meat. Just 250 grams.
Yeah, 250 grams. And you're going to actually fill the chicken. It's not that you're not going to fill it, you will fill the chicken.
Okay. So when you're making your breadcrumbs, do you use white bread? Generally, do you use white or brown bread?
This is white, but even brown can be done.
It's
for all those who are health
for
conscious, you can actually use brown. Actually, the brown breadcrumbs are more crispier.
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay.
Please make sure when you're doing it, you make sure that the cavity is seen, so that
the cavity, because we say
donuts, because we say donuts
in line with the recipe
name, the recipe name.
Yeah. Japanese, your children, they must have the best break in their school. All the children wait to hang out with them over break time.
My daughter actually tells me, always tells me when, supposing if we're talking about these donuts, if I put for her 2 donuts, because I know she's going to feel, she'll tell me, no mommy, don't put for me 2 donuts, please, my friends.
Please, they're going to,
yes, at least put for me 4 donuts.
At least, because I have to share 2 of them, you know?
Yeah. But my son is opposite. My son tells me, no, I don't share my food with anybody. Just put for me what is enough for me.
What is enough for me. The rest, they can hustle their own. You eat whatever you brought.
Yes, exactly.
That's interesting.
They're 2 different characters.
Yeah, they are. But it's fun for children, because if children are able to enjoy what they're eating, then at least they won't feel like they want to hide the break. You know, sometimes as a child you even want to hide your break because you're not happy about it, you know?
And that reminds me, and I just spoke to him in the morning. I was telling him as I was leaving for the show, I told him I'm going for the show. So he remembers you. He tells me, say hello to Anne. He's in Mombasa, so he told me, say hello to Anne. I said, yeah, I'll do that.
Oh, thank you. Say hi back to him. I remember him too. And you know, now they actually are beginning to look like donuts, you know, because of the breadcrumbs.
Yes.
Or like pastries, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're done with this.
We're done with this. Yeah.
We're done with our gloves now.
Yes.
And we'll use the tongs to fry the dough. In the meanwhile, we can serve the mutton curry.
Exactly, yes.
Here is where the spatula comes handy.
Very handy. I'm telling you, it cleans that sufuria. You know, there are those people who, when you're done cooking, they want to take a piece of bread and sort of clean it.
Yes.
They don't like spatulas.
Yes. And why I prefer spatulas, because the non-stick also, it's not advisable to use metal spoons on the non-stick.
Exactly. Yeah, because they ruin it, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So here we have our curry. We'll just clean it up a bit.
Yeah.
And we'll garnish it with the coriander leaves.
Okay.
Very important to serve the dish in a clean way.
Yes,
because we say the eyes eat first.
The eyes eat first. So if it doesn't look neat and tidy,
and when you cook good, basically when you cook good and you cook nice to make your guests feel special. So even they should feel special when they've seen the meal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you know, garnishing is something very simple, but it makes the dish look totally different. You know?
Yes.
Yeah, it looks so well presented. And you know, this doesn't have to cook. It's for garnishing, so it's ready.
Yes, garnishing. Okay. So our grandma style mutton curry is ready,
and it's very, very simple. It took such a short time to make this. You can
just put in here, and then we'll switch on the gas as they're cooking.
So we leave it still, huh? Yeah, it's hot enough. So you have to be gentle, because I thought you're squashing them. Take care of your fingers. The oil. Right. You should know that already. You have a lot of experience.
Okay, so
and they're fitted perfectly.
Yes. I usually prefer forks to tilt it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it's a very gentle. You have to be very careful.
You can use the spoons with holes or any other.
Or the fish slice.
Yes, the fish slice or anything. But I prefer using forks. It's easier
for you to
tilt it.
To flip
now
it.
we can switch on our gas.
All right. Need more.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yes.
They actually look like donuts. Of course,
Yes.
that's why we call them chicken donuts.
Yeah.
So where did you learn how to do this?
Where? The
Yeah.
chicken.
Yes. Did somebody teach you?
The chicken donuts?
Yes.
Yes, I learned it on a television show.
Ah,
Yeah, I learned
you
it
followed
on-
the recipe.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Actually, cooking is a lot of creative stuff. you
Yes,
know?
yes,
It doesn't
yes.
have to exist. You can actually make it.
Yes, and there's no end
your
of
mind.
learning.
Yes.
Because no one was born having learned.
anything
Yes,
in their
yeah,
head, you know?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
You learn and you pass on the knowledge.
Exactly. So they're one of your favorite snacks at home, eh?
Yes, they're one of my favorite snacks, and they're very quick to make.
Yeah.
So I really prefer making these.
Okay. And the good thing is chicken doesn't take too long to cook, you know?
Yes, yes.
And the potato is already boiled, so
yes,
it's ready.
yes, yes,
really.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Of course.
It's just the chicken that is getting cooked. Ah, so there we go. Nice and crispy.
Yes.
And you have to make sure that the oil is quite a lot.
Yes.
So that you
like
only turn
they're
once.
deep fried in a pan.
You deep fry, yeah.
Yeah, and then once they're golden brown, you can remove them. See how easier it is to do with the fork?
With the fork, yeah, because one is helping you to just...
Yes, so that the oil doesn't even splatter on you.
Yes, that's true. You have to be very careful with oil when you're in the kitchen, huh?
Yes,
It
true.
can be very dangerous. Oh, there we go. This is something new. I've never seen this, but don't you worry. It will soon become something common.
In your kitchen?
Yes, in my kitchen. It's a very
I'm sure your kids
interesting-
will also enjoy
It's a very
it.
interesting snack, you know?
And the good thing is, you see, all the ingredients are readily available, so there's nothing that, you know, should hesitate you from making it, saying that, oh, this is not available, or this is too expensive to buy, or something.
Exactly,
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that is what sometimes puts you off from cooking.
Yes.
The thought of just looking for the ingredients. And you know, a lot of recipes that are on YouTube that are not local, maybe they're from a different country, you find the recipes, the ingredients are not available.
Yes,
So
yes.
you keep having to either change it and you get a different result,
True,
and that
true.
can discourage you.
Yes, and you know, one thing I would also want to tell my viewers is that the chicken mince.
Yes.
Most people also get reluctant to buy chicken mince because it's more expensive than the
Yes,
normal
by the
chicken.
way, that's
So
true.
what I actually do at home is whenever I buy the chicken, the breast part, yeah,
The boneless.
yes, 2 or 3 pieces I reserve them.
Okay.
2 or 3 pieces I reserve them,
Yes.
and then I debone I remove the meat,
the
the
meat,
debone
okay,
it, and then I chopperize the meat.
Oh,
So
yeah.
here you're
There's your mincemeat at the
Yes.
same price, you know?
yes, yes, yes,
Yeah. Ah, you can actually chopperize the same way you
Yeah,
do
yeah.
with the bread.
yeah.
Yeah. That's a very good technique, chopperizing, you know. So you give them time, let them cook slowly, because I'm noticing that it's actually slow cooking,
Yes.
not too rapid
You put the heat on slow or fast?
or fast. Should I put it on slow?
No, no, that's
Fast
fine.
and
Yeah,
slow.
because it's chicken,
Yeah.
so we don't need to worry about that. So I hope all the viewers do try this. Can I take through the recipe once again?
Yes, please.
For chicken donuts, we require 250 grams of chicken mince. We boil and mash 2 potatoes, half teaspoon of ginger and garlic paste, 1 chopped green chili, 1 tablespoon of finely chopped onion, half teaspoon of black pepper powder, half teaspoon of garam masala powder, 1 teaspoon of cumin powder, half teaspoon of red chili powder, 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder, and half teaspoon of salt, or salt as required by you. Mix all that well in a bowl, in a mixing bowl. Put it for at least 20 to 30 minutes minimum, so that all the flavors are absorbed by the meat. And then you have when you're assembling the donuts, you have your breadcrumbs ready in one plate, you have eggs beaten in one plate, and then you make your donuts, shape them in patty shape with the thumb, put the cavity, make that impression to make the cavity.
Yes.
Dip the donut in the egg, coat with breadcrumbs, and then you dip and fry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Egg first.
Yes, egg, so that the
breadcrumb
breadcrumbs
is going to stick now.
stick
onto
well.
the, onto the
Yes,
egg, yeah.
yes.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. So just a minute, and these
And it's
guys are ready to
ready,
serve.
yes.
Yes.
So you can have this as a snack before you eat, or you can have it as part of a high tea.
Yes,
together with
high
other
tea,
snacks.
yes, or tea
Or break
sometimes.
for the children,
Yes,
you know?
yes.
Anytime is eating time. You can look for any excuse.
Yes.
Or
even
you see, I would,
yes. You can have it.
Tea,
And the other variation that I would like to share with the viewers is the same mixture, instead of making it into donuts, make them into patty, put it in the burger buns and make burgers.
You can actually
the
do
same
that.
crispy burger.
Yes,
crispy burger.
True.
Yeah, crispy minced chicken minced burger. So our donuts are ready. These guys are ready to be dished out.
Yes, they just need to become golden brown.
Yes, golden brown. So we're going to put it on a paper towel so that the extra oil is absorbed by the towel.
Exactly. People are very sensitive about oil nowadays.
Yes.
If it was,
we can switch off the heat.
If it was brown bread, it would definitely be darker.
Yes.
I think so.
Yes,
so I think it's good to use white bread so that it doesn't look like it's burnt or something. And there you go. Okay.
So we're going to serve this donut.
That's a really nice dish to serve them in, because they just follow each other. Arrange them nicely.
Yeah.
The presentation matters, you know.
Yes, true.
All right, there we go.
Okay. We're going to serve this with the chutney.
Oh, chutney, yes.
Yeah, or you can serve them with any sauce of your preference. Okay, so we're here on our serving tables, ready with our dishes. Today we have prepared grandma style mutton curry, quick in a jiff.
Yes.
We have rice to serve with the grandma style mutton curry. We have made chicken donuts, which was again a very quick and simple dish. We're going to serve this with chili garlic sauce. So, and I invite you to taste the meals.
All right, here you go. You can plate it for me.
Yes.
So I noticed that the curry is liquidy, to use your word, so that you can serve it with rice.
Yes, it has. It's not very thick. It's not a very thick gravy. Yes.
Okay. Ah, there we go.
And
excellent.
A donut.
A donut on the side.
And some chutney.
It looks. Look at how it looks already. It's very appetizing.
Yes.
And the way that you've served this is also very nice, because you put the rice and the curry on top.
Yeah.
So this is my favorite part of the show. One of my favorites. I love mostly what I learn is learning new recipes, but tasting is also awesome. Some of the guests have said, the viewers have said that they want to come and be part of the audience.
They should. You should welcome them.
It would actually be nice. Yes. Okay. I hope it's not too hot, huh?
No.
It's very, very, very nice.
Thank you.
It's not too chilly.
Yes.
Though I like chili, so somebody else might differ.
Yeah.
But it's very delicious. I feel no need to add anything.
Yes.
If you don't want to make it chili, you can avoid the chutney.
Yes.
The spices are well balanced.
Yes.
The salt is great. I definitely recommend this dish, you know. It's going to make your family happy. It's going to make you happy. So please try it at home. Now I need to try the snack, the chicken donut. I'll try it without the chili.
Yeah, you should try it without the chilies to get the taste of it.
To get the taste of it first, because we already had some chili with it, yeah. So it's very crispy. It has a very nice taste. It's crunchy.
Yes, and soft from inside.
Very nice. And I can taste the chicken.
I told you, people might worry that 250 grams of chicken with 2 boiled mashed potatoes. So
very well
the
spiced.
chicken is going to appear
it is.
on the test.
Oh, there you have it. Viewer, welcome. Please try this at home. You're going to love it. And let us know how it came out when you cook it. So, Shabniz, thank you so much for coming today.
You're welcome.
Please give us a parting shot to the viewer. Something you can tell them.
Once again, I thank GBS TV for giving me this platform to share my recipes with the viewers. I hope the viewers try these recipes, especially the Muslim viewers who are approaching the month of Ramadan.
Yes.
Please do try these recipes. It's really time saving.
Yes, that's right.
And I'm sure it's going to turn out as tasty as it turned out in our kitchen here today. And yeah, that's it. I thank everybody to help me come here
Yes.
and to make this show successful.
All right.
Thank you so much, and thank you once again, Anne.
You're most welcome. I'm so glad that I met you,
Yeah.
because ever since I met you, my cooking has changed. It has improved.
Really?
I need
Thank you so
the
much.
people in my house to meet you, and so that they can attest to the same. So thank you, viewer, for watching, and remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can see all the other delicious recipes that we've done in the past for you. So thank you, and see you next time. Bye.